This is me getting hit by a brutal snowstorm right at the top of Mount Fitz Roy, an iconic mountain in Patagonia that I've been dreaming about for years. If you missed the last few episodes, we are traveling across Patagonia for 21 days moving between Argentina and Chile. But this year, winter arrived late and completely threw our plans off.
When they joke about Patagonia wind being so powerful, this is the umbrellas.
On the way to the mountain, we dealt with bad weather, road closures, landslides, sometimes all 4 seasons in a single day. We had to constantly adapt just to keep the trip from falling apart. So what is it really like traveling through everyone's dream destination? Let's find out.
Guys, I'm on the edge of giving up, I think. We are currently in probably one of the most beautiful towns I have ever been to in my life. This is actually at the heart of Patagonia. We're at Coyhaique, which is the capital of the Iceland region. You can see behind me, the view here is insane. It's so interesting that this town is actually surrounded by all these mountain valleys. So they say usually Patagonia is so windy, right? But because of these mountains, they're so tall, they're actually blocking the harsh wind. So here inside, it's so peaceful and calm. And that's why like a lot of things are so vibrant, maybe growing, not destroyed by the usual Patagonia wind. You know, when I walk in, my first impression just now, I was thinking like, did we book the wrong house? Because like this looks way too spacious, you know?
Justin booked everything for this trip, and when we came here, I'm like,
honestly,
wow.
in person, it looks way better than in the photos.
So you can see today we are so lucky because last few days, as you remember, there was a rain every single day, every single second. But today it's super nice and sunny view. That is it, Bart.
I know. The wildlife here is so different too.
He's so cute. Hello. There's so many street dogs and they're always so fluffy. And this one came to me. Oh.
You look so happy.
Wait. You wanna give me? Oh, yoga. Morning yoga. Give me hand. Give me hand. Good job. So smart dog.
This is a street dog, by the way.
Give me hand. Give me hand. Good job. Wow. Yeah, good job. I love this dog. Can we bring him with us? Can we travel together now? You wanna go with us? You wanna go with us? You wanna go with us?
All the infrastructures here are somewhat rustic, like very old traditional style built with wood. But then in the inside, it's actually rather modern as well. So it's like a huge contrast between the old and the new. So it's somewhat unique.
You know, guys, we always love to buy some accessory souvenirs for our Christmas tree. So I think we can buy something special from this Patagonia trip.
You make this? Wow.
Handmade?
Handmade?
Wow, she actually made this by herself. And also she's selling hats like this. Weather. Crazy. Mucho. Oh. Gracias.
Gracias.
Every time on a travel, I feel like I want to buy everything. But after that, I'm thinking about space in my luggage. I don't have space anymore. I'm overweight now.
Especially when everything is handmade, you know?
Yeah.
Everything's handmade, so it feels extra special.
Also, just now I bought shoes for myself because we're going to deep to Patagonia and they're gonna be super cold. Yeah, with this kind of sneakers, my feet are getting so cold. So that's why in this town here is a lot of different shops, markets with like different kinds of shoes. I don't have space in my luggage so late, I need to trash it. One time use, 2 weeks use shoes.
The next day, we continue to hit the road and we feel great about heading south, but Patagonia immediately slapped us with reality. Our next Airbnb host told us that apparently there's a big landslide that took out an entire carretera or stroll road, the only road that connects the south of Patagonia, and no one has any idea when it will be cleared. Then she also sent us photos that the town apparently got hit by the worst snowstorm this year, so there's no electricity at all. Because of this, we have no choice but to turn back to Coyhaique to figure out a new game plan. But for now, since we're already here halfway to our next town, we decided to take a little detour to check out a nearby waterfall.
We have arrived at our first point of today. Oh shit! It is that windy over here in Patagonia. It's crazy. When they joke about Patagonia wind being so powerful, this is the umbrellas.
Umbrella keep flipping.
Anyway, time to review the view in front of us.
Okay, bam, 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 bam. Wow.
I give up already, honestly. I think this is one of the most powerful waterfalls we've ever seen. It's technically not a waterfall, it's just kind of like water flooding through, and it's so powerful. And I think also especially because of the rain as well, you can just see like there's like a really heavy water pouring down from the mountain valley. Oh, we just came back from outside. It was raining so heavily just now. You can see we're completely drenched with water.
I feel how our car is shaking because of wind.
This is like really the real Patagonia. They said sometimes Patagonia wind can get up to 120 kilometers per hour. That's like enough to move your car, you know? And you can see there's like some construction workers. They're fixing the barriers of the roads here. And it was so chill. Just like we walked out, it's like, hey, amigo!
Amigo!
Amigo! I want to say that this road trip is probably the toughest and the longest drive we have ever done. The thing is, when you're constantly on the road, switching between Airbnbs and crossing borders, going to different new towns, the most important thing is power. Cameras, drones, laptops, and even your phone, they run out faster than you think. Even power banks, you can only charge so many times. You know, one thing that we really wish we had on this road trip is the EcoFlow D3P Plus that we had on the previous Argentina road series. What I love about this is that it is extremely portable. It means that if we change cars tomorrow, we can just take it with us and bring it to our next car. And honestly, when you leave your car at night at a random street overnight, you want to take all your expensive things with you, right? The D3P Plus is lightweight enough, so it comes in the house with us with no problem at all. When we're driving in the front, it just sits at the back seat charging everything up. It can charge up to 11 devices all at once. So it means that if we suddenly see a crazy view outside, we won't be like, oh, our drone is dead or our phone is running out of battery. Not only that, recharging this battery from 0 to 100 literally takes only 56 minutes, so it's super fast charging. And for those of you who are planning your own trip with your kids or pets and want a moment of peace, this thing actually is very quiet. It's only around 30 decibels, which literally it means you can't hear anything. Plus, it uses leafy PO4 batteries. It means if you're sitting at the back, you don't have to worry about safety for your kids or your pets. There's no fume, no noise, and no risk. One thing we didn't really think about before this trip is how unpredictable days can be on the road in Patagonia. Some days we will drive for hours and others we barely move, and sometimes we end up staying somewhere way longer than planned because of weather changes or the disruption that it causes. Having something like the D3P Plus can absolutely take that stress away, because even if there's no power where we're staying or the outlets are sketchy, we know we'll be just fine. What's also really nice is that it's not just plug in and forget it box. You can actually monitor everything on your phone, how much power you're using, how much you've left, and when it will be fully charged again. And if you're someone who likes being a bit more self-sufficient on trips, you can even recharge with solar panels if you're camping or staying somewhere remote, so that you're not totally dependent on campsites, hotels, or cafes just to keep your gear alive. Another thing we didn't expect is that the D3P Plus doesn't just power up small gadgets like a computer or your cameras, but it also can power up your small fridge or even your mini fan when you're camping. And we also just saw EcoFlow's release their new product, which is a portable fridge and also portable AC, so if you're going on a trip, definitely check those out as well. The D3P Plus is the ultimate essential for any road trips, with a cycle of over 4,000, which means literally you can use it for 10 years and you can use it for very long term. So if you're planning a big trip or just want reliable backup power at home, this is something definitely worth looking into, so I'll leave the link in the description as usual. Now let's get back to the video.
New update today. It started snowing.
Wow! With a winterland.
It's so random.
At least no rain, you know?
It's so random. We're in spring already. You're full of snow on your head.
Now I feel come close to Christmas time.
Oh my god, so crazy weather here.
But in that town that we plan to go today, they're even crazy. They snow like this already.
Yeah, this thick. Actually, I'll put a photo here. Airbnb host sent us this photo this morning. But in a way, because weather is so chaotic here, it keeps this trip interesting, no?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people actually say Patagonia can have 4 seasons in one day, and now I really agree with it. Imagine yesterday there was a roadblock because of a landslide, and now on top of that they need to clean the snow as well. Do you think this roadblock is going to be cleared today? We don't know. Are we going to stay here in this town for another day? We don't know.
So if technically today they no clean road, then we will stuck here.
With no updates or whatsoever whether the landslide had been cleared, we decided to book another place for one more night and see if anything changed by the morning.
Today is day 3 of the roadblock. Today is a sunny day with clear sky. The plan is to cross into Argentina border one day earlier, start our long drive to catch up to where we're gonna go next. We're gonna continue our road trip because there's no point for us to get stuck in this same town for another few days, not knowing when the road will be cleared. Just one thing though, I'm just a little bit upset that we don't get to see the marble cave and also go and see the farmhouse. But you know, I think at this point, both of us already decided that we might come back here again at some point at better weather so that we can see everything again.
But it is what it is. It's a challenge, so we'll do it. Okay guys, we're in a border control right now, crossing from Chile to Argentina side, and we already been inside, we already did everything, pick up all documents, and you know, just because I have a Russian passport, for me it's always so damn long to go to Argentina. I don't know why, they like double, triple check everything, and it's like inside completely empty. Anyway, for me it takes so much long.
And because I have a Russian girlfriend, yeah, no less, we're in Argentina.
Again!
We are back in Argentina. And I think from this part onwards, this road trip, it's gonna get better and better.
Wow, so cool.
Oh, it makes me stress. Oh my, I couldn't breathe just now. What if it's like a big ice drop onto our car and leave dents, and the worst is like cracking the windscreen, you know? It's so scary just now. All 4 seasons in one day.
Crazy, it's crazy.
It's a bicycle.
What? Someone really driving a bike?
Respect.
Oh my god, that's so scary. Isn't it painful?
Yeah. Wow, respect. Flamingos. Oh, there's a lake there. Oh my goodness. These are wild flamingos.
What?
That's so cool.
Well, at least they're in the nature, you know, not like usually we've seen flamingo in a zoo. And in the zoo, they're looking so sad. They're like walking around cage, don't know what they need to do. But here, they're so freedom.
It's so pretty. First time really seeing like so wild flamingos now, not in a zoo. In this part of Patagonia, there are lots of these farms. I think in Spanish it's called estancia, where people will actually look after the farm, the sheep. Wow, so fluffy.
Why they scared of us? Wow, I've never seen so many sheep in my life.
I guess sometimes you lose something, sometimes you win something. If we didn't cross the border today, we wouldn't have seen these cute little ships.
Cute little shits.
Not shits, sheeps. We are now in the main town of El Chaltén, which is, they call it the trekking capital of Argentina, just because here, of course, it's famous for the iconic Mount Fitz Roy, which is the iconic Patagonia logo that you see. So this town is actually mostly a backpacker town. You can see there are lots of hostels, hotels, small lodges like this. And one thing you notice is that compared to other towns that we've been, the wooden lodges here are relatively newer and more modern in a way, because this is actually a new town that was only established in 1985. Apparently it was for settling a dispute between the borders of Argentina and Chile, so that's why they built this town. And also, of course, a lot of people love to travel here to go and hike the famous Mount Fitz Roy.
I'm scared because here's a lot of wind, a lot of the weather is so unpredictable. Anytime can be rain, anytime can be clouds. I'm not that prepared for a hard hike, but I know Justin, he really wants to do that because we're already here, we're already in Patagonia. This was his dream, so that's why tomorrow he's gonna go alone, and I just wish him good luck. Good luck.
Should be fine. I'm sure I'm gonna have a lot of fun. The receptionist actually told us that this year, Patagonia, the winter almost non-exists. Usually it's between the months of like July to September. That's when there's heavy snow, trails are closed. But this year, apparently it was all sunny and weather was completely fine. And the winter was delayed until this month, which is supposed to be spring.
So now, ta-da! We came exactly in
At the worst
winter.
time. Nevertheless, tomorrow is actually the last day that they say won't rain until 2 o'clock. So if I go early, I should be able to complete the hike before the rain starts. And this time we're actually staying at Destino's Hotel and Spa, which I think will be perfect after a long hike, and then I can just relax in the spa next few days. Oh my goodness, it is so, oh my goodness, you can see the water, it's like blowing towards us. This is how windy it is.
Welcome to Patagonia!
But they said it is normal in Patagonia to have this kind of weather, even though in other seasons, Alina is way too light for this. She'll actually get blown away, I think.
And the main reason why we booked this hotel is because it's literally a 5-minute walk to the trailhead, which is super convenient.
You think I'm here looking at the view? No, I'm looking at the heater.
From the moment you walk in, you already feel like it's a classic Patagonia alpine lodge with lots of wood, cozy furnitures, and that traditional mountain vibe that makes you feel right at home. But the real highlight of this place is the spa area. Now this area is gold because there's a large hot pool area, several hot jacuzzis, a steam room, and a sauna. And everything is properly heated, which is perfect for relaxing your sore muscles and recovery after a long hike. El Chaltén has a local food that might sound a bit strange at first. One of the most common proteins here comes from an animal that we kept spotting along the roadside, guanacos. So at a local restaurant, we went all in and tried their delicacy, the guanaco lasagna.
But tastes like a beef.
The next morning, feeling fully recharged and full of energy, I set off on the most anticipated hike of my life.
Morning. Today is finally the day that we are doing the famous Mount Fitz Roy here in Patagonia, which, to be honest, is one of the biggest reasons why I came to Patagonia in the first place, is to see the Patagonia logo in person. And this is one of the most famous hikes, but you can see today is an extremely windy day. To be honest, I'm feeling both excited and also very nervous at the same time, just because, you know, this is a hike that everyone says it's 10 hours hike, it's gonna be super long, and it's gonna be really tough. To put you in perspective, this is how long the hike's gonna be. Distance is 20 kilometers round trip, and duration is 10 hours, and this is the famous Laguna de los Tres. Difficulty, extremely high. By the way, I forgot to mention, now it's 7 a.m. in the morning, and now you may be wondering, why do you start so early? It's actually because this is actually the last day that we're gonna see that is not rainy. From tomorrow onwards, and the day after, and the day after, and the day after, it's all gonna be raining every single day. So that's why today is our last chance of doing it. I think this might be the longest day hike I've ever done in my life. But the first part is just going to be an incline. So this is, they said, is one of the toughest spots. And after that, it will be a flatland. And after that, we'll continue the climb. It's crazy windy here. After a tough battle uphill, maybe an hour and a half, we finally arrived to the part that is slightly flatter and the easier part. So it's going to be a more relaxing hike. Just now the view on the way, I can't say it's the most spectacular, but here and there, there's some gaps in between the trees. You can really see the Alp mountains, the snowy peaks peeking between the gaps, and for that, it's really beautiful. And here and there were some viewpoints as well. I think at this pace, I'll probably arrive at 11 or 12, so it'll be just before the rain clouds. I can enjoy for an hour, and after that, can head downhill and go home early. I'm walking through this enchanted forest. Feels like a lot of trees here kind of helps shelter me from the wind a little bit, because outside is very windy, but here's a forest, so, and it's flat all the way, so it's pretty nice. The coolest thing about this hike is that along the way you see a lot of these rivers and streams, and these water are apparently drinkable because like they are directly from the glacier and also snow melting from the mountains. So they are some of the purest, cleanest water you can drink around this region apparently. So a hack for you, if you really forgot to bring water or you just don't want to carry so much water, you just bring a bottle, come to these rivers and top up and continue to walk. Guys, we are currently halfway into this hike and not gonna lie, the weather up there doesn't look good at all. Mount Fitz Roy is completely covered with clouds. And honestly, so far the trail is not as bad as I thought, even though it says it's like a 10-hour hike. But now maybe like 2-3 hours in, I'm already halfway. So I'm optimistic that I can arrive even earlier. I also just realized, no wonder it's so quiet here because this is actually a campground sheltered by all these trees here. So you can see there's a massive tent. A lot of people actually like to camp here overnight and the next day maybe they head to the famous Mount Fitz Roy because this is the halfway. I'm actually scared that any of these trees in the trail would suddenly fall down because of so strong wind. I better walk fast, avoid this forest part. But after when I pass through this forest, I'll be completely exposed with no trees blocking the wind. So that's even worse. I'm gonna say guys, the wind here is some of the strongest I've ever experienced in my life. I grew up in Hong Kong, so I know what typhoon is. Like the strongest we have is like T10. This is So I was walking down this gravel road and then all of a sudden, boom, there's a river here. It's literally a river crossing and I have to like hop on these rocks maybe. Whoa, this road is completely flooded. And I'm not sure if you can see, but that's where our road continues. The glacier was melting, either the snow from a few days ago was melting and it formed this river. So, but still, it's really flooded. It's just gonna get up to here, I think. All right, be smart, be smart. You need to think a way around it. Is there another way around it? You know what? YOLO. Oh, what the fuck? There was a trail on top. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. I sacrificed my leg for this. Wow, there's a duck on the trail. So we have arrived to the third part of this hike, which is this water crossing. This water crossing is just a normal bridge, but you can see the water is coming straight from the glacier and the snow. But this marks the third part because this is where the rock scrambles happens. You can see it's just rocks everywhere and we're gonna completely walk on loose rocks for the next few kilometers until the fourth part, which is the crazy, insane ascent. So we're just gonna follow this path and I know that it's gonna be a tough battle. And here we are guys to the very final step of this hike, the snowy part, which I expected was the hardest part because obviously every step takes a lot more energy. You can see my hands here, it's kind of red already. I forgot to bring gloves and it's really damn cold up here. And surrounding me all around, it's already heavy snow. Not to the knees level thick kind of snow, but I expect as we get up higher and higher, it's gonna be something like this. And we definitely need crampons in order for us to make it up. Quick update, got a few climbers that came down and they were all telling me that they didn't make it to the top just because it was completely covered with snow at the top and the roads are not even visible. So almost all of them had to get back down, so I'm not sure. They said there was a person in front as well. So I'm just gonna head up, see what the condition is. Because now you can see it's completely icy. I don't know how I'm gonna go up without these crampons. I know that there are other people who are coming up as well and they didn't have crampons, so it's gonna be tough for them. But since I've gone all the way up here, I might as well go up, right? Otherwise, what's the point of even walking for so long already? It's like hard particles, snow hitting right into your face. Oh. This guy was telling me up there, he couldn't see a thing, so I don't know if there's a point of even going up. You went all the way up, yeah? Nothing. Oh my goodness. Bad weather, yeah. Yeah, but doable. But doable, can go up. Alright, 30 minutes. Alright, let's give it a shot, I guess. Yeah. How is it up there? Windy. Do you see anything? Yeah.
20 minutes?
Yeah. Do you see anything? Not so much. Oh man. Oh, okay, thank you. They all telling me that it was around 30 minutes, so I think I should push on and get up there. No regrets. You can see the snowstorm is coming. Guys, I'm on the edge of giving up, I think. Most of the people has already gone down a mountain, and I feel like I'm the only person up here at the top. They said there's still 30 minutes up there, but to be honest, I'm worried and I'm pretty scared to go up, just because what if I got trapped up there and no one's gonna come and rescue me? Everyone is going down here already. Of course, this is my dream to come up here to Patagonia, but at the same time, I know that it's not worth my life, you know. What if I get up there and I got trapped and no one's come to save me, even though I've got enough water and food? The snow conditions up there is because it's unpredictable. No one knows what's going on up there. I'm so disappointed in myself in a way that I'm too scared to finish this, but at the same time, I know it doesn't make sense for me to continue to go up. But on the flip side, in this view, it's so pretty. Even though it's not the lagoon, still, it's like an achievement that I came up here all the way by myself today.
Going down turned out to be much harder than going up. The trail was so slippery, flooded with mud, and I got caught in a brutal rainstorm. Rain makes the snow hitting my face like needles, soaked me completely, and my hands went numb from the cold like stones I could barely move. But now, sitting at home and looking back in, I realized it was all worth it. I didn't get the views I hoped for, the iconic Patagonia mountains that I've dreamed of seeing for years, but I did try my absolute best to get close to reaching the summit. One of Patagonia's most iconic mountains in the harshest time of the year. And for that, I've got absolutely no regrets. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me. See you very soon in the next episode.